other problems arose. John Carmack and John Romero got increasingly unhappy with each other during the course of Quake. Michael Abrash wanted to spread his wings. For the next game, he didn't want to do a first-person shooter. But it was clear after Quake that from now on, id Software was going to do only shooters forever. Paul Steed, our great artist, started drinking kinda heavily. This did not affect his work, but obviously it's not good for him in the long run. Dave Taylor, a young programmer who worked with me, who's my buddy, and myself, in fact, you may recall in Doom, all of the cheat codes have the letters DT in them. That's Dave Taylor's initials. He and I got increasingly marginalized, and kind of everyone pulled back into their own special lives. We didn't socialize like we used to. We weren't doing that anymore by the end of Quake. Business guys stuck only to business. Artists stuck only to art. The personal problems were severe. And in the end, Quake is what killed the old id Software. John Romero decided he had to leave before he became enemies with his friends. He left. He took Sean Green with him. Michael Abrash and Dave Taylor left because of the sucky work atmosphere. After Quake, I got so depressed that my quality of work suffered. So I actually went looking for another job. I got one at Ensemble Studios. I was glad to be let go. I have no hard feelings towards anyone at id, except maybe one person. I did look to get a replacement before I left. I didn't want to leave id hanging because I still had affection for it. I still do have affection for it. That was Paul Jakeways, later Janelle. But then, a couple of years later, Jakeways was also forced out of id because of the terrible environment. But I did get Janelle a job at the new place I worked at Ensemble. Adrian Carmack himself left a little after that. You see how much harm a little bit of poison can do. This was all the doing of a person who had the ear of John Carmack. Let me say, I don't blame John in the slightest. He was always kind of weakest in interpersonal skills, so I don't think he realized what was happening, but we did. Think about it. Because primarily this person had other issues with Quake, 7 of the id team left for good. On a team which is like maybe 11, 12 people, that's crippling. And that explains why id Software was never really the same after Quake.